think, oh, I have to get the underhook because I got to get the side mount and then I got to do this. The whole idea is to win by a finish. And the reality is there's so many good guys that are awesome at getting underhooks, trying to get half guard and do these other things. You shouldn't shy away from it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to get really cool. We're going to get into really good techniques, things that I prefer because they work so well for me. Okay, so once again now he's on an underhook. Okay, so from this position we can utilize the overhook, we can utilize the whizzer, or you can use the quarter. You know, the bottom line is I want to get him to a low shoulder. So let's say I'm here, I work from this position, and I go ahead low, and I get him down. And I got my overhook nice and high. So now what I'm going to do is, I can stay in half and look through attacks, but why give him control? Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pass. Okay? But a lot of times when I'm passing, guys what they'll happen is they'll try to drop their arm, they'll try to move around because they don't want to be stuck in an overhook or a whizzer, okay? So they'll actually try to bring the arm between us, especially with whizzers, okay? So if he comes up and I whizzer him down here, as I'm going to pass, see his arm is going to let go and he's going to just take his arm out. Go ahead and take your arm out. There it is, okay? So when I'm down in my whizzer here, I want to make sure I'm pinching tight with my arm because I want his arm stuck, but I don't care if it's behind me or not. So I'm here, I have my whizzer, I stand up and I slide by. And as I do that, he goes, hey, I'm gonna let my arm go. And he comes out. So I know that's coming. So he lets go and I catch it. Okay, so you can go here, bicep, or you can go here on the reverse like a one-on-one, like a weird one-on-one. Like a friend of mine called it a Russian one-on-one. Okay, like you would do a two-on-one. There's like a Russian two-on-one. There's a Russian one-on-one. Okay, so this happens anytime you create a lot of pressure with a whizzer. So I'm here, I whizzer him down, and I'm looking to pass. He comes out, boom! I get my Russian one-on-one. Now from here, I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to go right to the attack. So from this position, what I'm going to do, staying off my knees, I come in. Now I bring my knee to his sternum, and I step out. I'm going to go, boom, to my quarter, lock my figure four of my Nelson. When you're here, elbows in, guys. Now, from this position, I'm going to high leg over, and I'm going to lock what I call a dorsal lock. That's what Gene LeBell used to call it, because the way the arm is shaped, it looks like the dorsal fin of a shark. Yeah, there's another kid out there that's really good at this. He calls it a Barata Plata, which is fine. I just call it a dorsal lock because Gene LeBell had a whole series of these shoulder locks that were locked just like this. He had them different ways, but so either way, it's like you don't ever care what you call it, this as long as you know how to do it, you know. So it's here, I lock my grip. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to high leg over Nikolai's head, and as I do that, I'm going to go to my shorts, and my left hand is going to catch his tricep, and I'm going to pull him in nice and tight. So his arm is between my legs, which most people want it out for chokes or across for chokes. But I actually want it inside for this particular technique. So his counter is actually giving me a move. So he drops his arm, I catch it, lock, catch. Now from this, I'm going to start to squat backwards. I'm going to go to my guard with this. So what I do is I'm going to fall back, and I'm going to quickly put my right foot on his hip. So I fall back and get my foot on his hip. As he comes up to chase me, I'm going to go ahead and I want to quickly move my leg. I don't want to be on his neck. I want to be up on his shoulder. Okay? This right here, I can stay on the tricep, or I can start hooking his leg or his arm. Let's just stay here for now. Okay? I'm going to foot on the hip. I'm going to pull. I'm going to push. And I'm going to push my hips out. Okay? This is a shoulder lock. So basically, I'm doing like you would do a Kimura, but except I'm having a weird kind of pretzel lock looking thing here, and my hips come out, okay? So I have my whizzer down here, I'm still coming up the slide, and now that arm comes out, I catch it. Knee to the body, figure 4, leg comes over, and I go. Bring them back, foot on the hip, don't be here at the neck. As much as I crank this, I don't have any lock. Leg comes up on the arm, and finish. Okay, so you guys get the idea? If this is not enough pressure, you go underneath to the arm, or you can even hook the leg. And what that does, it helps make the angle to create more pressure. But honestly, as long as your leg's not here, you're not gonna have that problem. You just wanna be up on that shoulder, push, so he's already tapping, and straighten. Okay? I like that lock a lot, and I have a lot of different setups. And one reason why I like it so much is people don't see it coming. It's not normal. Okay? So that's one option. Okay? One option. Okay? Now, something similar. You can start this next series actually staying in half guard like Nikolai actually does. But I'm going to pass with it because I always want preference of the top leg. Okay? I always want the preference of the top leg. So I'm working here, same thing. He hits his underhook. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do the same setup. I'm going to whizzer down, look for my wrist. So I'm going from here, I grab my wrist, and I catch his bottom leg, and I whizzer him down, come up, slide by, his arm comes out, I catch. Now from here, and it's going to look like I'm setting up a darce, I'm going to go around his head quickly. My arm's going to come through like a darce, but a lot of times here you're going to feel resistance with their head. And now, instead of keeping it tight, what I'm going to do is grab, I'm going to go ahead and grab my grip, and I'm going to lock what looks like, this is like a variation of a quarter Nelson, okay? And what I'm going to do here is you want to be able to